In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play pickleball. The rules of pickleball might be a little bit confusing, but after this video, you should know how to play pickleball. How to win points, how to win a game, how to lose points. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Pickleball Sama, where we teach about how to play pickleball and exercise. To play pickleball, what you need a paddle, a pickleball, and net with a court, okay? Those are the main four things. Of course, you need shoes too. Stay safe. Wear shoes. Hey guys, this is Pickleball Sama. And in this channel, we teach you how to improve your pickleball, drills, exercises, and fun game. And as a cherry on top, if you like anime, you're at the right place. I've been playing tennis for over 10 years, and so having transitioned to pickleball, the transition has been pretty seamless and easy. I have fundamentals to play pickleball and just focus on the strategies to winning rather than the strokes themselves. For I'm here to help you get better at pickleball and take your game to the next level while having fun and exercising. Hopping into the lesson, when you first start a game, you have to start on the right side of the court, okay? This is the right side. There are two sides to the court, the left and the right. You will start on the right side. How you determine who serves is, well, up to you. Usually you can do it by coin flip, by spinning your paddle. Some paddles, they have words underneath them that you can see. So I would say this is up, and then this would be down, okay? So you can spin for it. Well, you will start on this right side. So the serve always has to be diagonal whenever you're serving it. If I'm on the right side, I have to serve diagonally onto the other side, which is the opponent's right side. This is how you start a game. So that was number one, serve has to be diagonal. Number two, the serve, it cannot bounce into the kitchen. If it hits the line, it's considered a fault also, okay? It needs to go past the line. What is the kitchen? The kitchen is the space in front near where the net is at. That is called the kitchen, or otherwise known as NVZ, non-volley zone. So it cannot bounce into this area. If it bounces into this area, you get what's called a fault. We'll talk about a fault in just a moment. Just know that for right now, when you serve, the serve cannot bounce into this area, okay? If it bounces into this area or court straight in front of you, it's called a fault. So these are some examples. You cannot serve like this. It has to be diagonal. And boundary, if the ball bounces outside of the line, if it bounces on the line, you want to call it in for your opponent. But if it bounces and it's clearly out, that's when you can call the ball out. Which side you serve on is dependent on what your point is currently at. So each point you get, your score will go up by 1. For example, you will start at 0-0. If I serve the ball and the opponent cannot return it, and I serve it in, I will get 1 point. So at 1 point, 1 is an odd number. On every odd number, you will always start on the left side in single. Every even number, 0, 2, 4, 8, 10, you will start on the right side. That's how it is determined. And now you might be asking, is there a certain way that I have to serve? Yes, there is. You can't serve overhand, okay? It's not tennis. You cannot serve like that. That's a big no-no. What you can do is you can do underhand, okay? I wouldn't recommend tossing the ball up like this, only because you have to make contact with the ball below your belly button. So my recommendation is to toss it forward and hit it. So contact has to be below your belly button to be safe. That's just the rules anyways. If you're playing in rec or for fun, no one really keeps track of those little rules. And I'm assuming you're not playing professionally. So one of the things that you can't do is spin the ball when you toss it, okay? This is a big no-no. You can drop the ball, you can toss it up a little bit, but you cannot spin it in order to serve it. You can serve however you want to, as long as your paddle goes up afterwards. See, if I do a spin serve, as long as my paddle goes up afterwards, fine. See, the paddle is going up afterwards. I do a regular flat serve, as long as it goes up afterwards. I could do a spin, a top spin serve, as long as it goes up afterwards. It's fine. Moving on. Unlike in tennis, you only get one serve. You do your one serve and you hit it out, then you'll switch. The opponent will now be serving. And same rule applies to them. If it's an even number, serve on the right. If it's an odd number, serve on the left. But you always start on the right at the very beginning. All right, there is one particular rule that you have to adhere to in pickleball that is quite important, regardless if you're beginner or pro. It's called the double bounce rule. Now, what is the double bounce rule? The double bounce rule, when you serve, your ball must bounce before your opponent hits it. Your opponent can't hit the ball before it bounces. So you can hit your ball all the way on the line. That's fair. And that's ideally what you want to do. You want to push your opponent as far back as possible with your serves, if possible. The ball must bounce first. And once the ball bounces, the opponent can hit it back. When the opponent hits it back, your ball must also hit the ground first. Ergo, the term double bounce. One bounce on your opponent's side and one bounce on your side. So if you are the server, you serve, it bounces on your opponent's side, all right? And your opponent hits it back, it'll bounce on yours. You cannot hit the ball before it bounces, okay? You cannot hit the ball like this before it bounces. That's a no-no, all right? So if your ball bounces first, then you can go about returning it. And if you don't know how to return with your forehand, watch this video up here. That will teach you how to do a proper forehand if you're a beginner. How do you win a game? So usually you win a game by scoring more points than your opponent. Obviously, if you play any type of games or sports, you know that more points is typically better. You win a point by making your opponent or forcing your opponent to cause a fault. Now remember we mentioned the word fault earlier. A fault is when the opponent hits into the kitchen on their serve. That's a fault. A fault is whenever the opponent hits long, okay? It's long out here, outside the blue line or outside of your pickleball lines. That is a fault. And a fault would also be hitting it into the net. Also a fault. So those are the ways that you can get a fault. Or the ball bounces twice. That is also considered a fault. So those are the ways for you or your opponent to lose the point. And now whenever I say lose the point, I don't necessarily mean you get your points deducted. What I mean is that if you're serving, you win the point, you will gain +1. If you hit it out or cause any type of the faults that we mentioned, then nothing will happen to you. Your opponent will get the serve and then they will be able to start scoring. So for you to score points, it has to be your serve. You cannot gain points on your opponent's serve and vice versa. This is the only way that you can gain points is on your serve. You hit a good point, you will gain the point. Another fault is, if you watch any pickleball, you'll see that typically the players will stand behind the kitchen. Why? It's because you can't hit the ball out of the air when you are behind the kitchen. So this is called a volley. A volley is you hit the ball out of the air. But if you're inside the kitchen, you cannot hit the ball out of the air. You must let the ball bounce first before you hit it, okay? If you volley while in the kitchen, that is considered a fault also. And lastly, how do you keep score? So we talked about serving positions. You always begin the game at 0-0. Once you serve, let's say you win the point there, you go over here. Now you're 1-0. And let's say right here, you mess up, you hit it out, whatever. Now it's your opponent's serve. Since they have 0, they'll start on the right side. So whoever's serving will dictate their points. You'll keep doing this until you hit 11. Pickleball is loads of fun. And I think anybody can enjoy it with their friends, family. You don't have to be an insane athlete to play pickleball to get started. Whether you get to the top or not is a little bit different. But hey, we're here for the fun of it, for the fitness, for the exercise. So get out there and start playing. Thanks for watching. This is Pickleball Sama signing out.